Alright, what's going on, guys? I've been a part of the Call of Duty community for a pretty long time now, and this has to be the craziest thing that I have ever seen happen. Honestly, let's just get into it. If you're on Twitter, you've probably already heard about this situation. So it all started with a $1.50 wager on World War II. Now, I mean, in this situation, the dollar amount doesn't really matter. It could have been $1, $10, $100. There's no dollar amount that you could place on this man's life, but the fact that it was over one fucking dollar just makes this situation that much more pathetic, man. So these two kids were actually on the same team and they ended up losing their dollar wager match, so I guess they started getting upset with each other because that dollar was very important to them. They start talking shit or whatever and it escalates, and I guess that's when one of these kids decides to bring in his online hitman. And I know that sounds sarcastic, but I don't know what else to call the guy. So this guy's job is to swat the other kid. That statement really says it all right there. This guy brought in his hitman to swat the other guy over $1. What else do I need to fucking say, man? But the hitman is brought in and the other kid decided to be fake tough, and he sent the hitman his address, you know, saying, alright, well, why don't you do something to me, tough guy, right? Well, the problem here is he didn't send him his real address. He sent him an address of a house that is close to him. So now this random address gets swatted, and here's where the story really gets messed up. Here's what makes it all so crazy. So when the cops show up to this random house, the guy that lives there answers the door, not really knowing what's going on. He's not expecting to be swatted, right? And the police ended up shooting this man, and that man is now dead. So basically, to recap the situation, some random innocent guy ended up losing his life over a $1 Call of Duty wager match. That's about as fucking stupid as it gets, I would say. Now, I want to read you some of the stuff from the news article. I'll link the entire thing in the description down below if you want to go check it out. But let's go ahead and take a look. A 28-year-old man is dead after being shot by a Wichita police officer who was investigating a call of a possible homicide and hostage situation at the corner of Seneca and McCormick on Thursday night. Deputy Police Chief Troy Livingston said police received a call of a shooting at around 6:15 p.m. It was a shooting call involving hostages, he said. The original call, we were told, someone had an argument with their mother and dad was accidentally shot, and now that person was holding mother, brother, and sister hostage. We learned through that call that a father was deceased and had been shot in the head. That was the information we were working off of. Officers went to the 1000 block of McCormick preparing for a hostage situation, he said. A male came to the front door. As he came to the front door, one of our officers discharged his weapon, Livingston said. Livingston didn't say if the man was carrying a weapon when he came to the door or what caused the officer to shoot the man. Police don't think he fired at officers, but the incident is still under investigation, he said. The injured man was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The officer, a 7-year veteran of the police department, will be placed on paid administrative leave per department policy. So yeah, the police were informed of a fake hostage situation. They showed up to the house. This guy answers the door and they fucking shot him. So let me touch on the police aspect of this first. Obviously, they fucked up. From the way the article is worded, it seems that this guy literally just answered the door and they fucking shot him on sight, no questions asked. I don't know if that's what happened or not. They should probably reword the article if that's not what they did, but from the way they're talking, that's what it seems like happened. Now, obviously, they fucked up in this situation. They should have definitely handled it a lot better, and most of the time when someone gets swatted, the police do handle it a lot better, right? You don't hear about people dying because of a SWAT incident very often. For the most part, it's handled appropriately, but the thing is, I can't blame the police in this situation. The people at fault here are clearly the 3 retarded gamers who started all of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, the police fucked up, but they're just responding to a fucking hostage situation. My real problem with the police here is that it's 2017, it's almost 2018 in a couple days, and the police still don't know what fucking swatting is. Like, come on, man. You gotta get with the times. Like, this is not a new thing anymore. You know, like 5 years ago, okay, it wasn't very often that people got swatted. It was still a new thing, whatever. But this happens quite a bit nowadays. Like, the police should definitely be informed on this type of stuff so they can react accordingly, because if they knew what swatting was, they wouldn't have reacted in the same way when they rolled up to this house, because they would have been like, oh shit, you know, this might be fake. But as far as blame in this situation goes, it has to go to the 3 fucking stupid ass kids who started all of this. Personally, I think they all need to be in jail. We got the kid who actually did the swatting. That's a no-brainer. But they're already coming for that fool. He tried to deactivate his Twitter and change his username and shit, but people have screenshotted all of his tweets. He was admitting to it on Twitter and stuff. Real fucking stupid kid. They're coming for him. I'm sure all the other prisoners will be real happy to hear about how this kid's a fucking hitman over the internet. I'm sure they're gonna think he's a real tough guy when they're gangbanging him in the shower. But anyways, then we have the kid who asked him to do it. I'd say he's pretty equally at fault here. Both of them are the 2 most at fault parties here, I would say. And then we have the 3rd kid, the one who gave the fake address. I feel like this guy is a little bit different because, number one, if someone's threatening to SWAT you, I mean, obviously you're not going to give them your real address. That would be real fucking retarded, right? So I'm not gonna blame the kid for not giving some fucking virgin hacker his real address to SWAT him, right? That's just ridiculous. But at the same time, you can't just give out random people's addresses, because now look what fucking happened. So while I don't think this 3rd kid really had the same bad intentions as the other 2, like the other 2 were clearly out here trying to harm someone, this kid is just fucking stupid, right? The 3rd kid's really just a fucking idiot. That's all that happened to him, but he probably will get charged with something as well, and I mean, I'm not gonna feel bad for him in that situation. He definitely has some blame here, but to me personally, I think the majority of the blame here goes on the kid who actually did the swatting. The guy who sat there and called the police and made up a fake fucking hostage situation and sent them to this random guy's house. That's the guy who is the most responsible here, if you ask me. But I don't know, other people might see it differently. But that's pretty much it for the story, really, man. Just a very crazy and unfortunate situation, but this is nothing new, man. This happens all the time in the Call of Duty community. It's not just Call of Duty, it happens on the Twitch community as well with streamers and stuff. Just at this last MLG event at CWL Dallas just a few weeks ago, the whole fucking event got swatted multiple times actually, and the police, you know, they had to shut it down and check and make sure everything was good. So this is not something new that has just started happening, and people used to always say, you know, one of these times someone is really gonna get hurt, someone's gonna die, and finally that's exactly what happened here. So I think an example needs to be made out of all of these kids, because I feel like that will encourage people to not do this type of stuff in the future, because clearly people have not learned their lesson that this is serious shit. Like, you can't just be doing that. So the best thing to do would be make an example out of these kids, and hopefully other fucking weirdos out there who are thinking about doing the same thing can see it and be like, you know what, what? Maybe I shouldn't do that. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on the situation, man. This is why I don't fuck with competitive Call of Duty no more, man. Back in the day, I used to play GBs and shit all the time. This is before Wagers ever even started, and then Wagers came out. I never played Wagers, man, because the kids that play that shit are so fucking weird, man. Like, if I'm playing a free match or if I'm playing for $1, the amount of effort that I put into it is gonna be the same, man. I don't give a fuck about that dollar. But a lot of these weirdos, like, they take that dollar real fucking serious, man. They'll kill you over $1, as you can see in this situation. Literally, that's what happened. But that's why I, like, quit caring about Call of Duty so much, because it means way too much to these fucking weird-ass kids out here, and it really doesn't mean that much to me. Like, I really don't care. As the title says, man, an all-time low for the Call of Duty community, man. I'm expecting this to get some serious media attention. In fact, I hope it does, man, so it can raise some awareness for this type of stuff, because it's way too common of an issue for police to still be ignorant about it. They should be properly trained and informed about these type of situations. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. A special thank you, as always, to all of my Patreon supporters. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're not already, follow me on Twitter, links in the description down below. Other than that, have a good day and peace out.